Well, we got no choice. All the girls and boys making all that noise 'cause they found new toys. Well, we can't salute ya, can't find a flag that don't suit ya, that's a drag. School's out for summer. School's out forever. School's been blown to pieces. No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers, dirty looks, yeah. Well, we got no class, and we got no principals, and we got no innocence. We can't even think of a word that rhymes. School's out for summer. School's out forever. My school's been blown to pieces. No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers, dirty looks. Out for summer, out till fall. We might not come back at all. School's out forever. School's out for summer. School's out with fever. School's out completely. Yeah, fuck school. I never liked school when I went to school. School sucks. And the teachers suck too. I hate school. You could blow it all to fucking pieces, and I wouldn't miss it one bit. School sucks. You sit there all fucking day at a desk, wasting the whole goddamn day, doing absolutely nothing. You don't accomplish sweet dick all going to school. You sit there all fucking day at a desk when you could be outdoors getting some fresh air or doing something constructive. School sucks shit. It really does. I know when I was a kid, I didn't go to school. I hated school. I didn't like school. I wouldn't go. So they put me in reform school to go to school. Then when I got in reform school, I didn't go to school. Here's the funny part. They put me in the Shelburne Reform School to go to school. Then when I got to the Shelburne Reform School, I worked as a janitor and got extra coffees and cigarettes, and I never went to school. That's the funny part. It was called trudiancy back in the old days. The kids that wouldn't go to school, they put them in reform school. It was more or less like a prison camp, if I had to put it in a good way. A military prison camp. Was it rough? You bet your fucking ass it was rough. You had people in there that would kill you. You're goddamn right it was rough. And reform school is for people that committed murder, car theft, and the simple crime, a truancy, not going to school like I did. I was in there for not going to school. Then when I was in reform school, I worked as a janitor. I used to mop and sweep all the floors in the reform school. And I never went to school. And I got extra coffee, extra cigarettes, extra privileges. And the funny part, I was in reform school for not going to school. And I hated school, and I still hate it to this day. And the thing is, right, you can put people in reform school, and they'll still hate the things that you put them in there for. For example, not going to school. I hated school. Still hate it today. Now, I spent a year and a half in reform school sweeping and mopping floors and drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. Basically, there wasn't much to do. Now, when I said it was like a military prison camp, it was. Every day they'd make you do 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups. You used to have to run around the track. There was like a track. You had to do about 15 laps every day. So it wasn't harsh. You bet your ass it was harsh. I seen some guys pass out from the physical activity. They couldn't take it. They couldn't do 100 push-ups or 100 sit-ups. I used to watch them pass out. They dropped just like fucking flies. Yeah, reform school was bad because people would beat you up for nothing, hardly nothing. They would knock the shit right out of you. And the thing is, right, you had to hold your own ground. You had to fight back even if you didn't want to fight. That ain't the point. You had to fight. You had to fight to survive, or they'd kill you in there. So I learned how to fight in reform school. You had every race in there. You had blacks, Indians, you name it, it was all in there. And you had to fight with them all. It's not because they were your enemies. It's because they would pick on you. You had no choice. No choice. Was reform school good experience? The answer is no. It was a bad experience, to be honest. So you kids today, be good. You don't want to go to reform school. If you end up in reform school, you're not going to be as tough as what you think you are. There's people in there who knock the shit out of you every day. All you kids that think you're tough today, you haven't been in reform school or any institutions like I was in. I was in several of the worst institutions in Canada. So you kids that go around bullying others and think you're so tough, wait till you end up there. There'll be people taking your lunch, stealing your dinner. There'll be people taking your sneakers. You think you're so fucking tough. Wait till you get there. There'll be people taking your soda pop and your breakfast. You ain't going to be so tough when you get there. So my advice to you is don't get there to begin with. You ain't going to like it. There'll be people stealing your dinner, your sneakers, your soda pop. They'll take whatever's yours and keep it for themselves. When in Kempville, come by the Dennis Ramsey paintings. I live at 27 Canaan Avenue, Kempville, Apartment B, Nova Scotia, Canada. Yellow house, white trim. I'll say folk art paintings, abstract art paintings, fine art paintings too. $50 each, $100 each, $200 each. Push that red subscribe button now. Thank you very much. Think about institutional life. You could get murdered any day of the week. It only takes one crazy to kill you. Just the one. Doesn't take several. One person can snuff out your life in a minute. Y'all take care and have a nice day. Don't end up in reform school. And don't end up in a mental institution. Don't end up in jail or prison. You're not going to like it. Peace out.